Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing well. It is currently Saturday, September 9th, and we are getting ready for Hurricane Irma to hit Florida. Pretty crazy. I thought I would share a vlog with you all of our hurricane experience. It has been a crazy week so far. They started tracking this hurricane a week ago over Labor Day weekend, so I have been glued to the news all week long. I never watch the news, but I've had it on constantly, watching all of the tracks, listening to all of the announcements. It's been crazy. For the longest time, they thought the center of the hurricane, the eye of the hurricane, was gonna hit the east coast of Florida and it was gonna go right over us. We were literally in the direct path for it to hit us. So we put all of our hurricane shutters up. We did all of the necessary preparations, extra water, extra medication, non-perishable food. You can expect for your power to go out and be out for a while. So we did all of our laundry, got the house cleaned up, everything ready to go. And as we've been watching the news, the hurricane has been shifting west, west, west. It keeps going west. So we are currently out of the cone, which means that the chances of this hurricane hitting us directly are very, very slim. With that being said, even if you're out of the cone of error, you're still gonna get feeder bands, you're still gonna get strong winds. So of course, we're still leaving everything up. We're still preparing for the hurricane to hit. We were gonna go to my parents' house and stay with them, but we have decided not to do that anymore just because we don't think it's gonna be that bad. Honestly, our house is perfectly fine. We live in a concrete block house. We're very safe here. Ever since Hurricane Andrew hit, they have changed so many laws and so many building codes. So Florida is built to withstand hurricanes. So we feel very safe here. That being said, I feel safer in numbers. I wanted to be with my family in case anything major happened and cell services were down and we couldn't get a hold of everyone. Our parents and David's parents live right next to each other. David's parents literally live right behind my parents, and a bunch of our friends live in that same corner. So we knew that if something were to happen, we would be able to see everyone and make sure everyone was okay. But with it downgrading and with it moving over to the West Coast, we feel fine staying here and we feel confident that everyone is gonna be safe. So we are no longer hunkering down over there. So, oh man, I'm gonna show you guys some of what I've done just because I think it's interesting. So let me turn you around. Like I said, we were planning on going to my parents' house. So last night we packed everything up so that we could just get up in the morning and head over there. So here's Remy. She's hanging out, getting ready for the hurricane. In this bag, this is all of David's work clothes. My husband is a first responder. He works for the power company. So as soon as the hurricane is over, he has to go out and start restoring power. So he has all of his clothes in here. He's gonna keep it in his truck. That way he can change when he needs to. If he's getting wet from rain or sweat, he can change depending on where he's sleeping, things like that. So all of his work clothes are ready to go. He has an overnight bag that he was gonna bring to my parents. I have a bunch of Remy stuff here that we're gonna bring, treats, blankets. Of course, we're gonna bring Remy wherever I go, Remy's going. We have all of our snacks over here. Now, these are not healthy snacks, but who really wants to eat kale chips when there's a Category 4 hurricane about to hit them? Not me. I'd rather eat a Hershey's bar. So we have all of our very bad snacks packed over here. I have a first aid kit. I did pack my computer up. Our safe, we do have a large safe, but it wasn't big enough to put this in, and I just didn't feel comfortable leaving it in case our roof leaks or just, I don't know, the worst happens. I didn't want to leave this, so I packed it up and I was planning on bringing that with me as well. And then it looks like my husband put a Sudoku book over there for some entertainment. So this is some of what I packed. I did also pack a suitcase with all of my clothes. We're gonna bring Remy's food bowls, food, all of that. But this is pretty much everything. I do have our important documents in my purse, our passports, social security cards, birth certificates, all of the rest of our important paperwork, like our insurance, our wedding certificate, things like that. All those important paperwork, that is all stored in our safe because we know nothing is gonna happen to it there, and I don't really wanna keep all those papers on me. So this is what I prepped so far. But like I said, we're not going over to my parents' house, so we're not gonna need it, but it is good to have it ready just in case last minute something does happen. I wanted to share with you guys the current state of our front door. It is completely boarded up. We do have a door that swings into the house and we're afraid of the wind blowing it in and then the hurricane coming into our house. So we do have the front door boarded up. We have all of our windows boarded up. They're shuttered. We have metal shutters on all of the windows. The only door that is not boarded up is the side door into our garage because that is a hurricane rated door and it'll be safe. So we do have a way in and out, but everything else shuttered up. We decided to come over to my parents' house for a little bit, basically because we're bored. It's pitch black in our house because of the shutters. Nothing is open right now. Our main grocery store, which is Publix, closed last night at 8 p.m. and they're staying closed until after the hurricane hits. There may be a gas station open, a drugstore open, but pretty much everything's closed. No one's working. It's a ghost town around here. So we decided to come over here for a little bit, get out of the house, take in some sunshine. My mom is making everyone lunch. She's making pepper steak, which is David's favorite. So we're gonna come over here, hang out with them, help with any last minute preparations, and leave before the storm hits. They're saying that the storm is probably not gonna hit, the eye of the storm isn't gonna hit land until like 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow, but we're gonna start getting feeder bands today. So far everything's pretty good. It's a little bit windy, but no rain, sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. My dad's out here cutting the palm trees. He's afraid with the wind picking up, the leaves are gonna be too heavy and it's gonna snap them, so he's cutting a bunch of the leaves off. Now pulling them out. Whoa! Oh gosh, that scared me. It's now a little bit before 2 o'clock. We're getting one of our first feeder bands. Got a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind. Nothing too bad yet. Actually feels kind of nice out. Not very hot.
A little muggy.
Yeah. Still pretty humid. We made it home. It's 6:30 p.m. I had to switch over to my iPhone because my Canon G7X is giving me issues right now. But I'm currently sitting in my backyard. The wind is definitely picking up. I wanted to bring Remy outside so she could go to the bathroom again. The clouds are moving pretty quickly. We've gotten pretty lucky where we are. The feeder bands have gone either above us or below us, so we haven't really gotten any rain or anything too crazy yet, but it's starting to pick up, so we're looking at feeder bands coming in probably within the next couple hours. So it'll start to rain and the winds will really be picking up. It's currently 7 a.m. Sunday morning. It has been a rough night. Fell asleep at 12:30. Woke up at 3:30 to some pretty sketchy winds, but it wasn't horrible, and then woke up again at 6:30 to the sketchiest winds. That was probably the worst feeder band I've ever been through in my entire life. It was very, very scary. But we're doing okay. There was some hurricane warnings. We don't know if there was any hurricanes. Tornadoes. I'm very tired. We don't know if there was any tornadoes or not. The house is completely boarded up, so you can't see anything. The sun's still not up yet, which makes it even sketchier. We lost power at 6:30, which I'm actually really surprised that we stayed in power until 6:30 in the morning. We definitely could have lost it multiple times throughout the night and early morning hours. But we're doing okay. Just waiting. This is the longest hurricane ever. So it's gonna be a long day, but we're still doing okay. We are currently surviving on strawberry Pop-Tarts, Doritos, Coke, breakfast of champions. How do people survive without power for years? This is ridiculous. We have our little lantern flashlight going on. We've been listening to the news on the radio. Remy's down there sleeping in her bed, trying to conserve battery life on our phones, which is really hard because we want to keep checking social media and seeing that all of our friends and family are safe, so that's kind of hard, but we're sitting here pretty much in the dark, even though this camera looks like it's daylight in here. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. We had a break in the feeder band, so we came out to take Remy to the bathroom. It's really, really windy. We have quite a bit of water in our backyard, but nothing horrible, and this tree broke. It broke our neighbor's fence right there, but doing okay. It's now almost 3 p.m. We are currently sitting in our little tiny closet, me, David, and Remy. You guys can't see anything, you can only hear me because it's pitch black in here. We're listening to the radio. There is some really strong winds right now. The hurricane is officially here, and the winds are really strong, and they're thinking that there's going to be tornadoes in the next like 15-20 minutes, so we're sitting here waiting for it to pass, and it's pretty frightening. I can feel our house move. I can hear our roof making noises. You can hear the wind on the windows, so pretty scary. But we're all together. We're still doing okay, still safe. We're a little hot because our AC's been out for a long time, but we're making it through. It is now Monday, 10:30 in the morning. We made it through the night. It was a rough 24 hours, I would say, starting Tuesday, and then the hurricane was pretty much gone here by around 7:30 last night. It was still pretty windy throughout the night, but most of the rain had stopped and things were kind of getting back to normal. So we had a little bit of damage to our yard. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. David took some shutters down so I could see daylight in our house. We are without power, probably without power for a while. I'm hoping it gets turned back on today, but you never know. You just gotta be patient with these kinds of things. So, but we're doing well. It was definitely scary, the scariest hurricane that I've ever been through, and I've been through quite a few. So yeah, it was scary, and this hurricane season is not looking the greatest. There's already 2 more systems out in the ocean that we're keeping an eye on, so I'm hoping that this is the worst of this hurricane season. Hopefully the worst hurricane that I ever have to go through, because it was very scary. But let me show you guys some of the damage that we had to our yard. We do have quite a bit of flooding in our backyard, but the water has already gone down quite a bit. Yesterday the water was over those bricks, so over our complete fire pit in our backyard. So the water is going down quickly, which is great. You guys might remember earlier in the vlog I showed you how one of the branches had fallen down and broken our neighbor's fence right there. Well, this entire tree uprooted and fell over. There is still one standing behind it, but this one gets an honor. We had quite a few shingles come off our roof. They're kind of all over the place. In the grass, on the deck, they're everywhere. The deck did do well. The deck is still standing, looks great, so that's awesome. Here's another tree in our backyard, completely uprooted, on the ground. We've lost a lot of trees in our yard, which is really sad. So that's the damage out here. Not too bad. Honestly, could have been way worse. We're very, very lucky that the eye of the storm did not hit us, because if it did, it would have been way worse than it already is. So nothing we can't handle. We are going on 34 hours without power, which really sucks. We do have a generator though, so we are able to plug that in, run our refrigerator so we don't lose all of our food, run our fans, the lights. We're not able to run the air conditioning, and it's almost 90 degrees in my house right now, so I'm sitting outside to cool off a little bit. The internet is really shoddy. Sending texts is hard. They'll come through random times. They'll send randomly. I'm not able to update any social media, so if you guys are waiting on an update from me, I'm really sorry if I couldn't get back to you guys. But yeah, that's our hurricane experience. David's at work. He's going to be working 16-hour days for probably months on end. So he's going to be working a ton. Hopefully we'll be able to get in our yard and clean it up eventually whenever he gets the time. So that was our hurricane vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing it and kind of seeing what we go through during hurricane season. Pray for us that this doesn't happen anymore this hurricane season, because we do not need another hurricane. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course follow me on all of my other social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. That way you guys can stay up to date with me when things like this are going on. So I'll have all of those links in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.